You know, it's funny. We spend our entire lives living at the bottom of this invisible ocean of air, and we barely ever think about it. But what if it just wasn't there? What if in one single moment it was all gone? Let's dive into that.
So just imagine it with me, right now. In a blink, the entire atmosphere just vanishes. Poof. No more wind, no more clouds, just the hard vacuum of space. The consequences would be immediate and honestly a lot stranger than you're probably imagining.
And here it is, laid out plain and simple. On the left, that's our world. Blue skies, life, sound, everything we know. And on the right, it's the same planet, just without that thin little blanket of gas. It's silent, stark, and completely hostile to life. That difference, well, it's everything.
All right, so where do we even begin with the chaos? Let's start with the most dramatic and immediate change, what we would actually see, because the very first thing you'd notice is that the sky itself has just vanished.
It all comes down to a really neat bit of physics called Rayleigh scattering. Now, it sounds complicated, but it's not. All it means is that the gas molecules in our air are amazing at grabbing the blue light from the sun and just tossing it all over the place, in every direction.
And that's it. That scattering is the only reason our sky looks blue. When you stop and think about it, it's kind of wild. We're living inside this massive, beautiful, planet-sized optical illusion every single day.
So you take away those gas molecules, and the whole illusion just shatters. The sky wouldn't be pale or gray, it would be pitch black. Yep, just like in the photos from the moon. A permanent, inky black void right above our heads, even at high noon.
And up in that black sky, the sun would be this terrifyingly bright white orb with razor-sharp edges. It would cast these incredibly harsh, dark shadows everywhere. And get this, the stars, they'd be out all day long, but they wouldn't twinkle. That's an atmospheric trick. They'd just be these cold, steady, unwavering points of light. This means all the beautiful atmospheric art that we love would just be gone. No more incredible red and orange sunsets. The sun would just drop below the horizon and click, instant darkness. No twilight, no clouds, no rainbows. Our sky would be perfectly clear all the time, but completely barren. But you know, as mind-bending as those visual changes are, they're nothing, and I mean nothing, compared to the immediate fight for survival. A fight that would be over before it even began. The first thing you might notice is actually something you don't experience: sound. There wouldn't be any. Sound needs something to travel through, and for us, that's air. So without it, the entire world would fall into this profound, deeply unsettling silence. No voices, no wind, no bird song, absolutely nothing. But silence is the least of our problems. Instantly, the lack of air pressure would cause our oceans to literally boil away into space. Temperatures would swing wildly from scorching hot in the sun to unbelievably cold in the shadows. Our radiation shield would be gone, so we'd be bombarded with lethal cosmic rays. And our meteor shield? That's gone too. Earth would become a cosmic shooting gallery. A scientist named Evangelista Torricelli said it perfectly almost 400 years ago. He wrote, "We live submerged at the bottom of an ocean of elementary air, and man did he nail it. We are essentially deep-sea creatures, perfectly built for our environment and completely unable to survive outside of it." Now, I know this all sounds like a crazy sci-fi movie plot, but the thing is, we don't really have to guess what this world would be like. We've got real-world examples right in our own cosmic backyard. Let's just do a quick comparison with our neighbors. Check out the atmospheric pressure on the moon. It's basically zero. That's why it has that insane temperature swing of nearly 300 degrees Celsius between day and night. Mars has a little bit of an atmosphere, yeah, but it's super thin, less than 1% of ours. It's nowhere near enough to do the job. So if you really want to imagine an Earth with no atmosphere, all you have to do is look at the moon. That's it. It's silent, cratered, with that endless black sky and those extreme contrasts between light and shadow. In this scenario, that's what we become: a beautiful but desolate rock. So what does all this really tell us? It boils down to this. Our atmosphere plays two absolutely fundamental roles for our planet. It's both our shield and our canvas. On one side, it's our shield. It blocks deadly radiation, it keeps our water from boiling away, it evens out temperatures, and it burns up countless meteors. But on the other side, it's our canvas. It paints our blue skies and fiery sunsets, it carries music, and it forms the clouds and rainbows that give our world its unique character. And that right there is the real takeaway.
Yes, the atmosphere is absolutely 100% necessary for our survival, but it's also the source of so much of the beauty and the richness, the sights and sounds that make being alive on this planet so incredible.
So this whole thought experiment kind of leaves us with a very real question. When we remember that this fragile, invisible shield gives us both our lives and our world's beauty, what do we really risk if we ever start to take it for granted?